Lately, I've been sitting with God and really reflecting, not just thinking about what He's done for me, but feeling it in a way that honestly overwhelms me. And I don't mean a quick thought here and there. I mean sitting still long enough for the truth to actually hit me, to feel the weight of it, to let it sink past my head and all the way into my heart. And this Resurrection Sunday, it was different. I've been to church on Resurrection Sunday before. I've taken communion before. I've heard about the cross before. But this time, it wasn't just something I knew. It was something that I felt. As I sat there with that cup in my hand, thinking about what Jesus actually did for me. Not just the world, not just people in general, but for me personally, it was like everything hit me all at once. And I couldn't hold it together. And I didn't even try to hold it together. I just sat there and cried. I mean that deep, ugly cry that comes from a place that you don't visit often. The kind that feels like it's coming from your soul. The kind that reminds you that this is real. And the truth is that I know exactly why I cried like that. Because, you see, I remember who I was. And I'm not talking about a surface level memory. I'm not talking about, I used to make mistakes. No, I remember it in a way that I can still feel it if I let myself go there. I remember the darkness that lived inside of me. I remember the hatred that I carried. Not just being upset, I mean real hatred. The kind that eats at you, the kind that twists how you see people, the kind that makes you cold. I remember the anger that controlled me. The kind of anger that didn't just show up. It ruled me. It made decisions for me. It spoke for me. I remember the lust, the perversion, the thoughts that I entertained, the things I allowed in my mind that I knew were wrong and still didn't fight off sometimes. I remember being numb. That's the part that gets me sometimes. I remember being so numb to things that should have broken me. Things that should have made me stop. Things that should have convicted me. And instead, I just kept going. Like my heart didn't even respond anymore. And if I'm being completely real with you, there were things in me that were not just struggles. They were ugly. They were dark. They were sinful. There were thoughts that I had that scared me. There were emotions I carried that were not of God. There were moments where I was so far gone in my thinking, so deep in darkness that if I sat and thought about it too long today, it would honestly shake me. And I hate to even say this, but it's the truth. There were things in me that were destructive, jealous, envious, bitter, hard, even thoughts that were violent in nature. A place in my heart that was so far from God that I didn't even recognize myself. And I lived like that. Daily. Not occasionally. Not once in a while. That was my normal. There were things that I thought, things that I said, and things that I did that I am deeply ashamed of. Things that I wish I could erase. Things that remind me just how lost I really was. And here's the part that breaks me every single time that I think about it. That God saw all of it. Not the version of me I showed people. Not the version that tried to look okay on the outside. He saw the real me. The broken me. The me that nobody else saw. The thoughts that I never said out loud. The things that I did in secret. The parts of me that I tried to hide even from myself. He saw all of it. And he still chose me. And he still saved me anyway. I don't think some people understand how heavy that is. Because you see, I know me. I know what I deserved. I know the weight of my sin. I know how dark it really was. And when I sit there and think about the fact that Jesus willingly took all of that on himself, the punishment, the shame, the weight, the consequences, everything that I earned, he took it for me. He didn't wait for me to get it together. He didn't wait for me to clean myself up. He didn't wait for me to become lovable. He stepped in while I was still that person, and he said, I'll take it. And that will break you if you really let it hit your heart. Because he did the same for you. Because you see, I didn't deserve a second chance. I didn't deserve mercy. I did not deserve grace. But he gave it to me anyway. He took what I earned so I could receive what I never deserved. He didn't just forgive me. He made me clean. He didn't just overlook my sin, but he paid for it in full. He didn't just give me another shot. He gave me a brand new heart. And I know that because I feel the difference. The heart that used to be hard is soft now. The heart that used to be full of anger can now feel compassion. The heart that used to hold a grudge can now give mercy. The heart that once ran from God now longs for him. The same me that used to avoid him now sits with him. The same me that used to love darkness now can't stand being away from his light. And I know that I didn't do that. I didn't fix myself. I didn't wake up one day and decide to be better. I didn't heal myself. God did this. Only God could take someone like me, someone that far gone, and transform me from the inside out. So when you see me cry, know that it's not weakness. It's not me being emotional for no reason. It's the reality that I was rescued from something I could never save myself from. It's the realization that I was headed somewhere I didn't want to end up, and God stepped in and he changed my entire direction. It's gratitude. It's humility. It's knowing I should not be who I am today, but God. And I will never, ever get over that. My worship is loud because my wounds were deep. My worship is loud because my sins were many. And my worship is loud because my God saved me from myself. And if only you knew, if you could see the version of me that God pulled me out of, you would understand why I refused to be quiet about him. I'm not talking about him because I'm trying to sound spiritual. I don't talk about him because I want followers. I'm talking about him because he literally saved my life. And I will spend the rest of my life giving him the glory for it. You see, God can do this for you too. Maybe today you're thinking that you're too far gone. Maybe today you think about the sins that you've done and you feel shame. Maybe today you think that you're not good enough for him. Maybe you've had a hard life. Maybe it's made you numb. Maybe you just don't understand how a God that created everything can love you. Yes, you see, I've been there. And if that's you, I want you to know that God knew it all. He knew everything you do. He still went to that cross. And he still took on that pain for you. And you can be free. I used to look at others and think, man, how do they get it? I can't get it. But you see, it was because I was trying to earn it, and I didn't understand His grace. I didn't understand my identity in Christ. I didn't understand exactly how broken I was. But when God revealed that to me, it changed everything. And He can do that for you too. There is hope. There's a reason to keep going. There's a reason that He keeps calling you. There's a reason that He keeps chasing you. Because He chose you before the foundation of the world. And you know, if you're listening to this, you know today's the day of salvation. Surrender it all to Him. Lay it at His feet. Because if He can change a regular old broken girl, a wretched sinner like me, He can change you too. Be blessed. Be encouraged. And I'll see you next time.